Hackmania.com, promo code WATP. We're going to be in Las Vegas May 9th through 11th. I'll be there May 8th. Come down a day early. Hang out with us. We're going to have a blast. Live podcasts. Maybe Nick or Cater will be there. We don't know. But come down. Check out Hackmania.com for more information.
Who are these podcasts? WATP.
While we didn't first find this show in 2024, we did talk about them in 2024. And I believe it might be the worst because it doesn't have just one host that I hate. It doesn't have two. It has three hosts that I hate for all very different reasons. And their combined forces make them the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Carl's right. This sounds terrible.
All right. Let's get into it.
Oh, no.
Eric's here almost. I guess he hit traffic.
Well,
oh, there he is.
4 hours away.
There's Green Hornet. But that was, that's Seth Green.
People hated on that.
What'd I say? Seth Green? That's Seth Rogen. All right, we just started. Yeah. We just started, bro.
What's up, Doug?
Looking good,
Where
man.
the fuck are your dad vans? I thought we went over this.
Oh, I've been wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
But not today?
Every day.
Got to take him a break, bro. Got to take him a break. Hell yeah.
Dog.
This is The Golden Hour. It's hosted by Chris D'Elia, Brendan Schaub, and Eric Griffin. And they are phoning it in to a point that nobody wants to be there. Eric can't even show up on time, and they started anyway. Even though he's like at the door, they have to hit record right there. They can't give him 2.5 seconds to come and sit down and start the show. There's zero prep.
It's the worst show waiting for the worst part of it. And while they talk about the worst movie ever, Green Hornet.
Okay.
It's like you can't do one thing right.
Right. Now, you'll notice, people who are listening, I'll tell you what's happening here. They have TVs up on the wall in front of them. And Chris D'Elia is distracted by them. He's just watching television. And we can't see what they're seeing, but they're constantly being distracted by it. And so this is more of Chris being distracted on TV.
Look at how bad TV used to be. Look at the upper left, the black and white.
See, that's when it was good, I feel like.
Yeah.
You ever watch the Adam West Batmans?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Have I ever watched them? I think I've watched every single one. When I was a
My
kid.
kids love them.
Pow!
Yeah.
Blam!
So Brendan Schaub with the coldest take ever. Old TV's actually better than modern current TV. And Eric Griffin with the lowest hanging fruit possible, just doing the blam sound effects. And listen, I realize that not to take this seriously, but to say like TV used to be better when Adam West was playing Batman, when the fucking Penguin is out right now. It's not even debatable, people. What are we talking about here? It's fucking retarded. It's a retarded take to have. And you can tell that nobody wants to be there at all, right from the get-go.
That's great. Well, you know, so you're good. You're not that late.
Yeah, just something. I'm an hour away now, so it isn't.
Yeah, just a little bit of wrinkle. It's going to set you back.
I know. Sucks.
He drives an hour to get there?
Well, who cares?
It's why.
If they're in LA, everything takes an hour to get there at least, you know? But this idea that I understand podcasting is like the lowest form of entertainment. It is very low effort, watch people talking to microphone shit. But these guys
Especially
are diluting.
the way I do it.
Yeah, these guys are diluting their own brand by doing this, by showing up and having nothing to talk about right from the get-go. They don't even know if they're just. Chris is like, you weren't that late, I guess. You didn't have. While you were waiting, you could have jotted down a couple bullet points, things you wanted to talk about.
Could have talked about his eye again.
Oh, God.
And don't all three of them have like their own separate podcasts with other people? And
Yeah,
do
they
other
all have different podcasts. They're all doing different things. It's just, this is so unnecessary. I think a lot of these shows, Fighter and the Kid's another example of this. There's a few where we just reviewed one recently. Oh, it was, again, Chris D'Elia and his brother.
Right.
Lifeline.
Yeah, Andy was talking about it. And I think Andy was making the point where it's like they have producers and they have a set. And it's like, well, it's making enough money that we want to keep these people employed. And I guess we'll just keep doing it. The hosts are not into it at all. Dare I say they could be doing something better? I would hope, right? I would think.
Anything they do would be better.
I would think
Chris has one less hobby these days.
Anything I do would be better than this.
Yeah, they just show up.
Well, so then Eric Griffin, they're in a text chat together, and he sent over the latest Diddy list. And so they pull that up on the screen. And again, we can't see any of this. They're just reading through, and these guys couldn't be more confused.
The first part is all the women. There's now these are the accused that are part of the thing.
Aaron Hall. Yeah.
We knew about that one because they said there was a story about that.
Yeah, we knew about that
Was
one.
he a producer?
No, Aaron Hall's not a
singer.
guy.
He's a singer.
Guy, you don't remember Guy?
No, that was kind of, it's before us.
How's it go?
That's you.
How's it go?
Jam.
Yeah.
Oh, jam.
That was after his
Nobody
second
knows
puberty,
Guy?
but yeah. No.
Guy, Teddy Riley?
Older.
Hey, when they're that
That's
old?
older than us.
Hey, when they're that old,
Teddy Riley.
I know Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley was a part of Guy.
Yeah, but Teddy Riley was bigger than Aaron Hall.
Yeah, but Aaron Hall was the voice. He was a singer.
Fine.
he looks like a black Brian Callen. Keep going.
They're literally pointing at the screen and making observations about it. What about that guy on the left over there, huh? What do you think about that guy? I don't know who that guy is. Yeah, I don't know either. Oh, I do. I know who that guy is. It's the other guy from the thing. Holy shit, I couldn't be more confused about what's going on right now. Who would watch a show like this?
Well, it's just the whole thing is just guys talking about whatever the fuck they would be talking about when they're not on a podcast. Like,
Right,
stop
guys who
doing
aren't
that.
friends.
Stop doing it.
This is
Yeah.
like three guys who are waiting for their one friend they all have in common. Like, when's Theo Vaughn gonna get here? You know, they're all just sitting around like awkwardly making small talk with each other. All right.
He didn't even know the producer's name. No. That's what an idiot Brandon
He really is a moron.
Is that our producer?
Okay, so they're more looking at people that we can't see. And I'd love to know if these guys have ever watched another podcast. I think they've all been on Joe Rogan, right? Like when Jamie brings up a clip, they show it on the screen so that we know what the fuck they're talking about. I don't understand what they're doing here.
The one with the big head or the skinny one? The one that looks like Soldier Boy or the big head one?
Oh, the one that looks exactly like P. Diddy. The one that looks like P. Diddy on the right.
Yeah, like clearly looks like.
They're both in, but those are both his sons. The one with the pitbull head is his son as well.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, both those are his kids. I might have made that up.
And then this
that guy was fucking.
This is making me angry.
Well, yeah, because it's not
the
informative.
worst.
It's not informative in any single way. And this is a very interesting topic. The Diddy list, the accusers, who is at these parties, and who's the attorney that's filing all these lawsuits?
Tony Busby.
Yes, Busby as trying to extort all these celebrities. You couldn't have a more titillating conversation piece. And they're doing nothing with it. They don't know what they're talking about.
What is the point of this studio? Like it's a 4-camera shoot. They've got a single camera on each person plus a main camera.
Well, plus they have
And
the camera that goes to the producers that show those guys' reactions.
Okay, so now it's a 5-camera shoot.
Yes.
And they can't run an HDMI cable and a splitter
just to
just
show
to,
us
just
what
to
they're
see
watching.
the screen that they're watching.
Or just put a similar thing behind them like Red Bar does or something. Just have the same thing that they're looking at behind them so we can see what they're looking at. Anything.
Yeah, clip and post, anything.
Well, yeah, right. Put it in post. This isn't a live
drawing.
show. That's the other thing, too. This isn't a live show. So the fact that they had to start without Eric Griffin even makes less sense.
Right.
It's like, is someone else using this set? Is there another show called The Golden Hour that you guys got to get out of there?
No,
for?
it's just such a boring shit show. They're like, oh, him walking in and being late is something we could riff on.
Right. Yeah, they have nothing.
But they didn't even do that.
Yeah, I mean, literally, he's just like, oh, you're not wearing your sneakers that you wore that other time. Like, this is
We can't even see those.
this is what we're talking about here.
Got him, Brendan.
So what's fascinating to me about this conversation they're having about Diddy is that Chris D'Elia doesn't believe anyone. He doesn't think that he thinks the accusers are making all of this up and that there was no essay going on and everyone's a liar. It's interesting that Chris D'Elia would have
What a coincidence.
would have that stance.
I can understand his take.
And actually, this hits kind of close to home for him right here.
That person who did that interview on that with that person, whoever interviewed her, she did an article on me years ago, and I know this shit is bullshit because they did shit on me where I'm like, what?
Well, they're like TMZ, but they just want clicks.
But yeah, I think it was CNN,
that's what
but
they
whatever
do.
it is. But yeah, I was like, oh, it's this fucking woman. Oh, I don't believe anything.
No.
So fuck all
She's
that.
not looking for truth. She's
No,
just-
they're not. They're really not. They're really not. I wish
the last
everybody
thing they
knew that.
So Chris has to say all this reporting is wrong because anytime someone's being accused of SA, they're just trying to extort them and get money out of them, do it for publicity.
He's taking and comparing notes. He's like, okay, Tony Busby is gaslighting and muddying the waters. Yes. This
Right.
is what you do when you're accused of SA.
Well, that's what a stupid idiot he is. If I'm him, I'm going, yeah, what Diddy did is wrong. And by the way, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I can't believe they were doing that kind of stuff. Who would do such a thing?
Not don't believe anyone.
Right. And just to remind everyone, there's a documentary out there that everyone should watch if you haven't, The Chris D'Elia Problem. And they interview multiple women that Chris took advantage of, and he was running a sex cult, and he wasn't allowing the women to even leave the house without his permission, even though they lived hundreds and thousands of miles away from where he lived. He moved people to LA to put them in a house together so that all of his girlfriends would live in this one house and he could just go over and bang them. And his tour manager, who was like his best friend, finally came out. I'm just going to play a quick clip from this because as you hear him saying, oh, that reporter's a liar. Check this out from the Chris D'Elia Problem.
The reporter then emails me requesting an urgent comment from me.
The reporter's email laid out the details of Chris sexually assaulting a girl after a show in Boston.
The victim wanted to remain anonymous, right? I knew exactly who the girl was. I remember that whole night vividly.
As Zach looked over the email, all the details and actions in her story lined up.
And the whole story was in that email. Then when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God. This happened. You know, there were no doubts in my mind that something took place in that room that night, his room that night.
Can you dumb it down for me?
And that was my moment, and I was like, you're a fucking monster.
Zach responded to the reporter with all the proof he could to corroborate the girl's story.
I responded in full detail, screenshots I had, all that shit.
When Chris found out that Zach had told the truth to a reporter, he became furious.
I gotta send you that audio message.
You made this way worse. This is now a story. It was nothing, and now it's a story. If they weren't gonna publish anything, now they are.
Let's just say the story should have been published. And when it disappears, what does that normally mean? I am 99.98% sure there was no article because there was a settlement. Maybe other settlements as well.
So this is the real crux of this, is that if I'm Chris D'Elia, I'm not commenting on Diddy at all. I'm like, can we not talk about this, guys?
Yeah.
I don't want to be part of
They
the
should shut their stupid blabber mouths.
Burt Ward, right, guys? Batman?
Yeah, right.
Do the pow thing again, Eric.
Who played the Joker again? He was great, wasn't he? I loved those episodes. But I just found that wild, that Chris D'Elia is so guilty, and he thinks that he's getting away with it. He thinks he's being clever about it. And like, oh, all these people are just like, I can't believe hundreds of women are lying about me all the time.
He is totally getting away with it, and he pretty much has gotten away with it.
He's hiding in plain sight.
I'm telling you.
For some reason.
Yeah, I think Vinny is totally correct here. He is getting away with it in every way, shape, and form, which is disgusting.
All right, let's get off Chris D'Elia because he is disgusting. Let's talk about how much I hate Eric Griffin.
Okay.
Eric Griffin, he seems like a jolly guy, right? He's always having fun, always laughing and stuff. This is the lowest effort podcasting you can do when you talk about a thing you saw on the internet, but you didn't like write down what it was. You're not really sure what the person's name is or what they did, but you can't wait to tell your friends about it.
This is when I'm really realizing some shit here, man. Do you know this one funny guy, like he'll show a video of something. He's got a mustache. He kind of looks like you a little bit. This Derek, I think his name, whatever it is, but he's always like, what? Like it'll be like a trans person, then he'll be like, what are you doing? You guys are gay. You know, it's got
Right. I love that story.
You know that guy with the mustache who reacts to stuff on the internet? You know what I'm talking about, right? The guy
Derek?
Yeah, the guy, he might be Derek, I don't know. But, you know, it's the guy who does these videos that are on, like, social media. You know what I'm talking about, the guy on social media. You guys have
the
seen
only
that?
guy that does that, right?
Yeah, you guys have seen what I'm talking about, right?
Oh my
so,
God.
Thankfully, their producers actually track this down. And they find this thing that Eric's talking about. Thank God, finally. We're 32 minutes in. They finally find something they can show the viewers. And I just want to point out how Brendan Schaub does reaction videos. He is the least talented person on the planet, for sure.
Play one.
That one, the fat one right there. You should do the fat one. This one's funny.
And just a reminder that I am very fat and very sexy.
You had it right. you were on one right there, and then you spread it false information right after. That's not fucking true.
Just a reminder that
Dude, listen. All his videos are like
love
that.
this guy.
He's either on the toilet or he's like, and he just goes hard.
You almost had it. Yeah, you almost had it. You almost had it. You
This
fucked it
guy-
up together.
and so he knows what he's doing. Like he knows what he's doing. And it's just like the comments are just like, this guy's an asshole. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
I'm sure he gets a ton of support of people.
Yes,
Like,
he got.
I
1.
love this guy.
He got 1.6 million followers.
Yeah. Well.
You almost had it. That's fucking hilarious.
Brendan Schaub did an impression of it 3 times. He repeated what the guy said. Wasn't it funny when he said that thing that he said? And of course, Eric Griffin, who's the only person who's seen this already, is losing his mind laughing at it because it's just so hysterical. He can't get enough of it.
Chris D'Elia looks pissed that somebody's getting attention that isn't him.
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia, he definitely is the Debbie Downer of the show. He's the buzzkill of the show.
Certainly.
Because those 2 clowns will just fucking giggle at anything and he'll be like, okay, yep, if you say so. That's great.
Which really makes this even more of a crime.
Yes.
Because if you're a comedian, Chris, and you have 2 giggle pusses sitting next to you, you should be fucking having court and being funny instead of sitting there like a mopey dick.
Or at least try to sell your partners a little bit. Because Eric Griffin's definitely selling his shit. Look at this example. This is a quick clip, but just, it's totally out of context. I totally understand that part. Believe me, it's not funny. But watch Eric Griffin lose his mind over what Chris D'Elia does.
Yay.
I mean, guys, you taking notes right now? Just every now and again, like maybe 2 or 3 times an episode. Maybe you guys lose your minds that much over something I say. We could practice, maybe this week sometime for the next episode.
I could be the guy that laughs and clap. He has to clap while he laughs.
See, this is why producer Chris makes the big bucks, guys.
Right.
See what's going on here.
Noted.
Make sure you do it off mic, though.
That's a natural laugh. Okay, one more clip on here. This is very funny because this show used to be a different show starring Theo Von. And Theo Von was like, I gotta get the fuck away from these people. One of them is clowned on the internet more than anyone else in the world. The other guy is accused of having intercourse with underage girls and starting a sex cult. The other guy can't be bothered to learn his name. I got to get the fuck out of here. So Theo Von left the show, and it was pretty smart. These guys are quite jealous of that.
Theo had Tim Chalamet on his podcast.
Motherfucker had Mr. Beast on, dude.
Well, Mr. Beast goes on everything, but like that's a little surprising. He must be a fan of Theo's.
Yeah, he said someone in his makeup chair had been listening to him, and so he was like listening to all the regular people episodes with like Garbage Man and.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that feels like a hey, I'm a fan, and you just make a call and you get on.
So Theo Von is having Trump on his show, Mr. Beast, Timothy Chalamet, and they're like, what the fuck's going on with this guy? Like, we're just a bunch of chuckle fucks still sitting on this set over here. And meanwhile, this guy's actually got real celebrities and doing a real show. You could tell there was jealousy, and Chris D'Elia didn't say anything during that.
I like that one of the responses was, oh, well, Mr. Beast goes on everything. Oh, yeah, has he been on the Golden Hour?
Yeah, good point.
Who are these